Hey beautiful creatures, it's Pixelade here and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Matt and I create speculation, discussion videos on The Sims and other life simulation games. Today I am here with another Paralives Q&A. It's been such a long time since I've made one of these and the developers have answered many questions over the past month and a half that I will be talking about in today's video. But before we dive into that, a little disclaimer, not all of the topics discussed in today's video are either confirmed or denied features coming to the game. We are just talking about them for discussion purposes, so don't expect anything groundbreaking in this video. It's just to cover some of the questions that were asked to the developers. So we kick things off with Twitter user Acrylics tweeting, "Christine, sorry if this has been asked or confirmed before, but just had some questions about makeup in Paralives. 1, will it be tested on all skin tones, which is very, very important, and number 2, will it be tested on a wide range of genders and facial structures? Number 3, will you get makeup artists to help advise you on designs and colors? And number 4, will the color system be a color wheel, and will it be more like the advanced hair system with different parts?" Thank you so much for your time and well done to the whole team. Christine does reply, makeup will be tested on various skin tones and features. Yes, we haven't thought about getting advice from makeup artists. It's a good idea. There will also be a color wheel. We can't confirm an advanced system with different parts yet, but hopefully that becomes a thing further down the line. I am happy about this, that makeup is going to be tested on various skin tones, and I hope that makeup is tested on all skin tones, especially the darker skin tones, because that's where one of the main problems lies in The Sims 4, is that most of the makeup, if not all of the base game makeup, does not look good on Black Sims, and I feel like they really messed up with this because they need to make sure that it is compatible with every single skin shade, and that's on period. The next question comes from James Avery on Twitter, tweeting, "What is your role and responsibilities in your full-time position?" Of course, they asked this because Christine announced that she is no longer an intern and is now a full-time Paralives employee, so of course, many players were confused thinking that maybe her role on the team was changing. She did respond to this. "Thank you, I'm still a marketing and social media manager, so I'll continue collecting ideas and preparing content. I'll now also be able to participate much more in game design, implement new features on our pages, and more." All of the Paralives developers do an amazing job at responding to the fans with questions that they may have, but I will say that it seems like Christine is definitely the most active, and it makes sense because she is the social media manager. So if you guys have any questions, I definitely recommend shooting them her way first. Casey on Twitter tweets, "Paralives, Leia, Anna, and Christine, will we have financing, loans, mortgages, bank accounts, etc. in the game?" Christine responds, "It's something that's asked quite a lot, so we're looking into it. So it's a possibility, and I hope something like this comes to the game. Not everyone buys a home fresh out of the gate. Some people have to get loans and finance a home or finance cars and all that stuff. Those are essential life elements. It would honestly bring a lot of realism to the game as well, playing your families and having to actually worry about paying off loans and mortgages." Simmer Luke on Twitter tweets, "Christine and Leia, I have several questions. 1, will hookup have a unique name? Like in The Sims, it's woohoo. I don't know if woohoo is another word for hookup. I just think that woohoo is kind of like a term to say like have protected sex, I guess. Because the other option is try for baby, and to do that, you kind of can't use protection. And number 2, will we be able to see the dead Paras in other townies' family trees, like Sebastian's husband who died from a tragic accident? Keep up the good work." And Christine responds, "Yes, it will have a unique name, but we haven't decided yet, so it won't be called woohoo, obviously. Also, deceased Paras will most likely appear in family trees." And Ness actually responds to this with a really good point. "Would love if Paras had realistic grieving periods. It's a pet peeve of mine when something something tragic happens in a character's life and they never acknowledge it outside of the moment it happens. Very true. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I think it's Genkan, which is actually a word used to describe traditional Japanese entryways for a house, apartment, or building. It's either Genkan or Genkan. Just gonna say I don't know how to pronounce it right now because I know there's gonna be somebody in the comments that's gonna correct me. But Madam Lee on Twitter asks Christine, are the boots in the Genkan are decor or not? And Christine responds, for now, they're decor, but taking off shoes when entering a house is something that came up a lot in the culture diversity survey. So we're thinking of implementing it. If they're gonna implement anything, it is going to be what are in these surveys because culture diversity is very important. And I know that they wanna do what they need to do to make sure that the game represents cultures accurately. I can definitely see this being a thing. And I think that this is amazing. Even if you don't have to actually like click and have your paras take off their shoes, it would be cool that the second you walk into the house, they could do a little animation or they could just disappear off their feet. Hello, I would like to know if you have in mind to add interactions while walking with other paras. For example, go hand in hand with someone or your child, or even with your couple and your child at once. Use a baby carriage. I would like to see it. And Christine responds, yes, this is something we'd love to do. You don't know how cute it would be if you could actually see two paras walking down the street while holding hands. Imagine an interaction to literally just do anything in the town or the world while holding hands. Like, oh, that would just be so cute. Shivering Potato on Twitter tweets, Paralives, Alex, Leia, and Christine, hello. Since horses are confirmed and you graced us with the height slider, will we be able to create proper gigantic horses with thick legs and long, thick necks to ride on? Pretty please? And Leia responds, we haven't started to work on the horses yet. We still have a lot to do on humans before moving on to them. We will drop more info on them later, and I wanted to include this because it is yet another progress update on horses. We know that they're confirmed, but we don't know when they're going to start working on them. Well, we have an update now as of August 17th, a few days ago. They still haven't started working on horses, so I expect that that is going to be a whole process in itself. I think they're probably going to start working on them sometime in 2021. Joshua Gibson on Twitter tweets, Alex and Leia, are there still houseboats in Paralives? We haven't heard much about them, and that's a really good question because one of the first teaser pictures actually showed a houseboat, and on the website it was confirmed that houseboats were a part of the game, but since then we haven't really heard much about them or heard the developers talk about them, so we thought maybe they took the feature out of the game, but Leia confirms here again that they are still confirmed to be coming, so that's probably going to be a whole other stage of development. Snowbell on Twitter tweets, Leia, I wanted to ask, will we be able to have them all wear the same clothes? For example, have our guy parafolk wear a dress if we choose. I've noticed certain games don't let you do this, and I love to see it as a feature. Thankfully, The Sims does let us do this now. They have masculine and feminine tags, and of course you can take them off if you wish, and Leia does respond and confirm that you can do this. It's okay for every para will be able to wear any clothes and body features such as body hair, freckles, and tattoos. So all of these things can be worn by any gender. So yes, you can give your female paras as much body hair as you wish. Body hair, a feature we still don't have in The Sims 4 after 6 years. Oh boy. Chris on Twitter tweets, I assume even if they don't have that skin tone with the color wheel, thanks Alex, you will be able to make it. The dev team seemed to listen to the fans, so you should get your wish. I agree though, we need more diversity in games. Leia responds, it's a color wheel. The point is to be able to have exactly the color you want, which is exactly why I was saying that the Sims team needs to implement a color wheel for the skin tones. That way everyone is represented, because you can't represent everyone without a color wheel. You just can't. There's always gonna be one tone, one shade, a specific undertone, something that someone out in the world does not see themselves in. So a color wheel is just essential in my opinion. She continues, of course, darker skin tones are confirmed to be in the game. Textured hair still needs some extra love to be able to be shown and properly represented though. And I hope they take their time and do this right, because this is huge. Armand on Twitter tweets, Leia, will we be able to take screenshots and use them as photos in game? Hopefully that makes sense, LOL. well. Also, I would love if we could get our paras to pose. Leia responds, we are working on it. I can't tell you more about it until our system will be revealed. Of course, no word yet on when that will be, but hopefully posing is included in the base game so that we won't need mods and custom content to do all that. It would be just so nice to have that as a feature for everyone off the bat. It would really enhance storytelling, not just for content creators, but for everyone. Acidosis on Twitter tweets, hi Leia, would like to know if the parafolk are going to have idle breathing animations, like their chests expanding and contracting very subtly all of the time. It would cross Uncanny Valley and would blow everyone's minds. Leia responds, actually Sebastian takes a deep breath in his animation, so she confirms this. Going back to a previous question, X Simmer asks, it all looks phenomenal. I am shook every month at how much you guys accomplished. This is going to be a bomb game. I also love the representation so far. Hoping to see a dark-skinned black woman with 4C hair soon because they are heavily underrepresented in video games. And Leia responds, we are working on how to give a proper representation of 4ABC hair in our art style. Stylizing textured hair can be tricky and I really want to make it right, and I trust that they will make it right. That Damn Good asks, please tell me we can really get them to sit on the counters and lean against the railing. If you aren't familiar, Maggie and Sebastian do these things in the teaser videos, and Leia confirms that we can when the game officially releases. Hoach on Twitter tweets, Leia, hi Leia, quick question about different modes of transportation in Paralives. Is there any chance of livable caravans being implemented into the game? And Leia responds, hi, it's not planned at the moment. We are considering content for tiny homes though. Ooh, another Sims pack being put into the base game. This makes me really excited actually. I love to see this. Up next, Leia, Anna, and Christine were asked, will we be able to put more than one name in the middle name and last name inputs? And Anna actually confirms that you will be. So if you wish, you can put 2 names in the middle name box and 2 names in the last name box, or possibly even 3 names in the middle name box, 3 names in the last name box, and probably 3 names in the first name box, which is actually very common in some cultures. So I'm happy that that kind of representation is being thought about too. Wiggle Artisan tweets, Alex, as a disabled simmer, I'm wondering if mobility and hearing aids might be available in Paralives. I would love to give symptoms to parafolk as well, but if mobility and hearing aids will be included, you have my money. Hope your team is doing well, hashtag Paralives. And Christine responds, we're thinking about implementing some disabilities, but before confirming anything, we want to do our research and hold a survey. Yay! So they're still considering it. I knew that they were considering this once before because I have made videos on this and them talking about it, but considering the fact that this was tweeted yesterday and they're still considering disabilities really gives us hope that this kind of representation will be included. Share your thoughts on how you think disabilities could be implemented in Paralives if you wish to see it done. Alice in Wonderland tweets, love it. In gameplay, will the nickname come up or will the formal name? Example, one para calling another, call Maggie or call Margaret. That would be cool. Anna responds, we don't know yet. Could be cool for you paras to call their close friend by their nicknames and for the paras' parents to call you by your names when they're angry at you. I love this idea. It's like, hey Maggie, what's up? How's your day? Margaret, get over here and do the dishes. Another touch of realism that would be amazing to see. Coming down on the last few questions, S asks, what happens with the name once a para gets married? Will you be able to choose the last name your paras get? And will they be able to have both last names or just keep their own name? Great question. And a response, we don't know how weddings are going to work yet, but it could be cool to have a pop-up appear and ask if everyone want to keep their name or change it to the spouse's name, or to make a mix of both names. Also, you'd be able to change your names at any point during the game. I like the option to have a pop-up. That's really cool. Giving us the option smack dab right when they get married is really nice. That way you don't have to worry about, remembering to change it in case you forget. That pop-up is there to remind you. Casey asks, Paralives, Leia, Anna, and Christine, will paras have scars, stretch marks, body imperfections, more than just freckles? And Anna responds, yes. Our paramaker is still a work in progress, but we plan to add scars, stretch marks, and other things, which is just great. More representation, the better. Casey makes another another great point. Of course, Anna didn't respond to this one, but they tweet, how exciting. I picture something like Create a Pet, how you can draw on them like paint. It would be cool to be able to draw a scar on our para or a birthmark, and I agree. Last but definitely not least, Anxiety Girl tweets, since other games doesn't give it to us, I have a request. Can we have farms? I mean, not necessarily real playable animals, just objects with chickens inside or cows to take eggs and milk and then growing vegetables and stuff. A dream would be having playable horses. Thank you. Anna responds, farms aren't planned for now, but horses are confirmed. Yeah, once again, so even though farms aren't planned, you can kind of create them in your own way, but of course they won't have the functionality of like if a farm pack were to come. That's gonna conclude things and wrap things up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you found it entertaining and informative. If you want more videos like this, please let me know down in the comment section below. This video pretty much included almost every tweet that the Paralives developers have tweeted out in the past, I would say month to month and a half. So it's gonna be a while until the next video, unless I score another exclusive Q&A with the Paralives team. If you're watching, I would love that. Please, please, please. Love doing those. If you enjoyed this video, found it entertaining and informative, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up and add it to your favorites playlist right here on YouTube. You can subscribe to become a supporter today. Don't forget to ding the bell next to it so you receive notifications for any type of future upload on the channel so that you can be a part of the notification squad. You can follow me on social media that includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, and more links are down below. I love each and every one of you guys to the moon and back, and I will see you all next time. So long and happy simming. Bye everyone.